Good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, and every one of you listening in Radio Land. I am CJ, and this is Real FM 91.9 and 91.5, broadcasting from Main Street, Sotes in historic St. Patrick.
It's a hungry world out there.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hi.
You took me by surprise this morning. I'm looking for there, and then I'm looking over there, and there you are. Go right ahead, please.
Okay. Listen to the song of him. The name of the Lord is worthy to be praised. So, Father, even as we come into your presence this morning, we thank you because you are a God who search our hearts and you know our thoughts. You're there, to just be that kind of comfort to us and that encouragement to us. Thank you this morning for your show mercies that we experience day after day. And even as we come into your presence this morning, we know that you are a God who is full of mercies. You're plenteous in mercies, and your grace is sufficient for all our needs. So even as we come to your throne of grace this morning, we are asking you for mercy. We're asking you for pardon. We're asking you for forgiveness where we would have failed you in every way possible, outward and deed. We just lift up ourselves to you this morning. And oh God, we just want to bring this day before you, Lord. This is a day you have made. Help us to rejoice and to be glad in it, Lord. Even as we bring our heart's desire to you, Lord, you know our very thoughts. Even before we even before you know every word in our mouth, when we lie down, when we get up, our thoughts are far off. You knit us in your mother's womb. And even as the psalmist said, I will praise you for I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that's that my soul know it right well. This morning, Lord, even as I come another day, God, we can express our thanks, our gratitude to you for all that you have done for us and all you would continue to do, God. We know you're a God who promises that you'll never leave, you'll never forsake. And God, you said you'll be with us even when we go through the mountains, the valleys, the deepest time, even difficult situation, even in the depressive moment, and even in the times, Lord, when our thoughts are not towards you, your thoughts are always turned towards us. Plan for us good, to prosper us and give us a good end. Your thought is of love and forgiveness and compassion. Even though you said in your word, your spirit does not always strive with men because you know what is in man, Lord. And God, you're the one who search our hearts. You know every dark secret, everything that is hidden from the eyes of men in the physical realm. God, we know it is not hidden to you in the physical, neither in the spiritual. And God, this morning we come against the powers of darkness. We come against the forces of evil, Lord, that comes in to wrestle against us. Because they say the wicked one, he comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy, but you have come to give us life and give us more abundantly, Lord. Even at this season when our thoughts are towards you, and the thoughts of how you suffered, and you were ashamed, you were despised, you're rejected of men, a man of sorrow and acquainted with grief, and we hid as it our faces from you, Lord. But Lord, we thank you for the hope that you were wounded for our transgressions, you were bruised for our iniquity, the chastisement of our peace is upon you, and by your stripes we are healed. All of us, like sheep, gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way. But God, you, the Father, had laid iniquity. Our sins, our transgressions were laid upon you. And even when at this moment, and there was blackness over the face of the earth, and you, Lord, in your agony, you said, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? And it was at that very point where, because of our sin, the Father turned his face away. But God, you were able to endure. We think even in the Garden of Gethsemane, when you began to pray and being sorrowful of spirit, but you said, nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. And you said your sweat were like great drops of blood. It was for us. It was for our redemption. It was for our forgiveness, Lord, that you endure it. You didn't have to. But Lord, we thank you today that we can focus on the cross. And the cross, in the cross, we have hope. We have you know, when you died and you rose again, you're the only man in history that ever laid down your life and take it up again. Many tried, but they won't able to take it up. But God, today we thank you because we have a living hope, a lively hope, and we can rejoice in the fact that you are rising, you're alive. The grave is empty, the tomb is empty. And Lord, you are no more on, you no more in the earth, but you are resurrected and you are seated at the right hand of the Father, where you are making intercession for us. Oh God, look upon us with mercy and pity. Help us, Lord, to turn our eyes upon Jesus. Look forth in your wonderful face. And this is the things of life will go strangely dim in the light of your glory. Give us a peace, Lord. Give us a fear of who you are and what you have done for us. And I know when our eyes are turned upon you, our lives would never be the same. Oh God, teach us how to humble ourselves. Teach us how to love you. Teach us how to embrace the cross. Teach us how to know how to live our lives here on earth to bring honor and glory to your name. Father God, we pray for our communities, every parish, Lord, today pass by. I speak peace. I speak your blessing. Where there's turmoil, where there's war, where there's war, sometimes we war against our own self, the flesh, the stress, the depression, and everything of life that is being thrown at us. Oh God, we are human, but I always remember you said you are human like us. You are in all point tempted like us. You knew what it was to be human, to feel our human frailty and weaknesses because you endure it. You are human and you are God. And Lord, you're able to succor, you're able to aid us, you're able to comfort us, you're able to be close to us. God, revealing flesh. And God, you're very God of very God, as we said. You're the triune God. And we know you're able to aid us. So, God, I today, may many of us who are going through difficult situations, Lord, God, help us to come. You say that I call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs into it and safe. There's safety, there's security, there's peace amidst all the stress and the struggles of life, God. We can find that place. And you said to us, rest in you, be still, and know that I am God. I'll be exalted among the nation. I'll be exalted in the earth. So, Lord, we can bring our heart's desire to you. Those who need a special touch this morning, a special healing, restoration in the soul where there have been war and stress. And, sometimes we carry the daily burdens of life. But you are just asking us this morning to lay it at your feet. Come just as you are and just pour out our hearts to you. We can find that quiet place away from all the situation and just tell you our heart's desire. And God, you always willing to listen. You always answer when we call. Sometimes the answer might not be what we want, but you are there to listen. So help us be still this morning and know that you are God. Whatever situation we're going through, help us to roll it on you, put it on you because you care for us. Provide for us, Lord. Protect us, keep us, and cover us with your blood today, Lord. Give us a blessed and productive day, whatever our hands find to do, Lord. Oh God, help us to do it to the best of our ability to please you and to please our fellow men for the best and the brotherhood and I don't even know what to say, and goodness of each other. Help us not to withhold good when it is in our power to do good, and help us not to render evil for evil. But no, God, you are the judge of everything. And this morning, Lord, just speak some peace, some calm, some assurance to some soul today that might be broken. God, you can mend. Those who need healing, you can fix, you can heal. Those who need resurrection in the spirit, Lord, you can cause your spirit to bring new birth, to bring new life, to change. You said, I am the resurrection and the life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man can come to the Father except through me. So help us to understand that we're not physical being and emotional, but we have a spirit man that can relate to you. And we have a spirit man that could reach out to you in the darkest of you are there. You're always there. You come and you speak in a small, still voice sometime. And God, you can gently speak to us throughout this day, Lord. Give us a consciousness to keep in this that you are God and that you are exalted and you don't share your glory with any. And God, this morning I pray that you just have that peace that could calm any storm, the peace that, you know, God, that transcend all human understanding. So this morning we can cast everything upon you. We give you praise and we give you thanks in Jesus' name. Amen and amen.
Amen. How are you this morning?
I'm blessed.
That's good.
I'm blessed. How are you, CJ?
I am all right. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good.
Praise the Lord.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yes, have a blessed day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
To get a share. Wolf in sheep clothing. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
It is now 11 minutes after the 7 o'clock hour. I think everyone is getting ready for school, and those of you who are on the road, bus drivers, please take care of your passengers and get them safely to their destination.
Have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear.
It's time for me to check in on the live and say good morning to Gemma Warwood, Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, Caitlin Holly Douglas, Pauline Gibbs, and Christine Otley. Thank you guys for checking in. Always remember to like, share, and subscribe.
When you're moving, which direction you're going. You gotta be careful, careful.
Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk. Where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
Good morning, Keith Sylvan. I know that you're listening. Good morning to Raymond Courtney. You too are listening. Good morning to Daphne, Olivia, Ethan, to the Glean family at Marley, the Robinson family on Hill Street. I think I have it right this time, Hill Street. To Serena in River Sally, to the University under the cashew tree, this the dean, the principal, the staff, the students, people you got to go under the cashew tree today. A lot of knowledge from there. We have people, we have plumbers, we have electricians, we have people that work at the MTA in New York. We have how he call himself, the janitor. We have all kinds of people under the cashew tree, which is the university. So go say hello to them when you're passing by, stop for a drink and chat. I think we have a call here. Good morning.
To say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good, good. Thank you for checking in and say good morning.
Yeah. Good
Okay.
morning.
Morning.
See you
Oh.
later.
All right, bye-bye.
The cleansing in life is gone.
When you speak about furniture, it's classic. Yes, it's classic furniture. They design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Barrow, a factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-645 and 442-9726. Furniture. Grenada's furniture producers.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
If you're looking to improve or maintain your health, look no further. We have a general practitioner right here on Main Street, Sotez, in the Kweze. Dr. Guerrero, a gynecologist and surgeon who specializes in women. She offers lab tests, blood, pap smears, prostate cancer, and stool tests. Consultation for pregnant women from beginning to end. Surgeries, which includes hysterectomy, tying of tubes, vaginal shrinking, removal of uterine fibroids, and vaginal warts, hernias, C-section. She also specializes in diagnostic and therapeutic DNC abnormal with Alice Labs located in St. George opposite the Excel Plaza. Dr. Santos, an oncologist who specializes in cancer treatment, a general practitioner, family doctor, will be joining Dr. Guerra in the not too distant future. Walk-ins are accepted. You can also call for an appointment at 423-3352. That number again, 423-3352. Put your health first. Good morning.
Hello, good morning to you.
How are you?
Meeting. Who give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, because his mercy endures forever. Let Israel now see that his mercy endures forever. Let the house of Aaron now see that his mercy endures forever. Let them know that fear the Lord, say that his mercy endures forever. I call upon the Lord in my distress. The Lord answer me, and he seat me in a large place. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear what man do unto me. The Lord taketh my part with them that help me. Therefore shall I see my desire upon them that hate me. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Thank you very much. So you're good?
Yes, for the time I'm good.
I know, dear. I'm good coming. I said it before you, so you'll catch yourself there.
Yes.
Bye. Have yourself a great day.
You too. Have a
Take
nice
care.
day.
Okay, bye-bye.
What you say when you're talking, you gotta be careful. I say we have to prepare.
And folks, we're going to the Met Office to see what they have in store for us today. Good morning, Tricia. How are you?
Good morning to you. I'm very well, thank you. And good morning to listeners of Real FM. It's a fair and a hazy morning here at the airport. Wind barometric pressure 16.8 millibars, which is above the mean, and it's rising. Present temperature 26.3 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 75%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 29.9 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 25.2 degrees Celsius. No rainfall was recorded over the past 24 hours here at the MBIA, hence the total for the month remains at 5.2 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be mostly clear, windy, and slightly hazy. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 30 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate, slightly rough, waves 6 to 8 feet in open water. Small craft advisory remains in effect. Tides are currently high and will be low around 1 p.m. Sunset this evening at 6:18. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:16. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be mostly fair, windy, and hazy. From the Met Office, Trinella.
Thank you so much, Tricia, and have yourself a great day.
Thank you, and thank you.
Bye-bye.
If you do, when you do it,
Just to let you folks know, today I am flying solo. I am just free. He has deserted me. So if you see him or you hear him saying anything, just ask him, why didn't you come to the program this morning? At least, I'm just kidding. He's not here, but he had some stuff to do that urgently. So he called me very early this morning to let me know that he won't be in. So I am flying solo. I should have a guest this morning around 8 o'clock. So stay tuned for that.
corruption that's going on. Staying alive, trying to survive. That is how it is today. So I say, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Where you go when you're walking. What you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Electricity. Use it. However,
more than ever, Flo is working hard to study
free
cent. Clean, keep your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents, soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, inset screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk? Where you go? Where you walk? What you say? When you talk?
It is 7:28 inside the studios of Real FM and in the Eastern Caribbean. And also in North America, we are back on the same time zone. So I do not have to wait till 7 o'clock to call back in Canada at 6 o'clock and all that jazz. We are back on the same time zone. And I'm hoping that they will keep the time zone as it is now, because I'm telling you, it messes up everybody's mind when we have 1 hour behind, 1 hour in front. So I am happy to say that we are all back on the same time zone. It is almost 7:30. Let me continue to say good morning to Marlon Klein, Adrian Watts, Shirley Skerrett, Joycelyn Francois, Julian Noel, Wendy Telesford, Baby Daddy, and Mrs. Matheson in Carriacou. Thank you all for checking in and always sticking with Real FM here. Yes, Miss Matheson, Jester has deserted me today. Cynthia Bartholomew, good morning to you. I know you are in Carriacou also. So, it is Mental Health Tuesday, and as I mentioned before, I may have a guest this morning. I should have a guest this morning, not me. She'll be in around 8 this morning, so let's see what, she's going to be talking about cervical cancer and prostate cancer. So get your pen and your paper out and get ready to take notes, because cancer is something that is really, really making its rounds these days. And every time you turn around, you hear someone is suffering from it. And there are different kinds of cancer, as we all know. But this morning, we're going to be talking about cervical cancer and prostate cancer. So we'll see what happens. And I'm going to get her to come back a couple times during the mental health session, because there are a lot of things that she does over at her center there. So when she comes, we'll have a chat and see what you can learn from what she's saying today. As I said, it is Mental Health Tuesday, and a topic that I wanted to talk about this morning is, before she comes in, it's how to stop taking things personally. And it is a topic that a lot of us, we may have to check ourselves on, because there are times that we really do take things personally. I am admitting to that also, because I find myself doing that sometimes. But it says here, when other people wrong you and you take their actions personally, it can feel as if you've been punched in the gut. I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but when you are sensitive, or what some might call hypersensitive, you tend to take things pretty personal. Is that true for a lot of us? Do we take things personally a lot of the times? And sometimes they will say to you, it is a little thing, don't make a big deal out of it. But here is the other point. It says, you feel everything deeply, even if it has nothing to do with you. If people speak badly about you, to your face or behind your back, it is enough to destroy your sense of self-worth. Isn't that true? Because sometimes, according to what people say about you, you take it on so hard that it affects you in ways that they think it shouldn't affect you. But then they are not the receiver of the message. You are. But it's asking us here to take things a bit, don't take it too personal. As it says, be light with it. It says, sometimes people don't even have to say anything. You might just interpret their negative facial expressions or body movements as something you did wrong, causing you to conjure up every possible thing you might have said or done to upset them. That's a lot of truth again. I've been told a lot of times that, okay, just your facial expression will say to me, say what it is you're saying to me. And I'm like, okay, well, how does my face look? What did my face say? But it is something that happens to every one of us. Sometimes you look at someone's face and you know, do not approach. You look at someone's face, you say something, and you can see the madness is working itself up your body, because your face is already telling you that I am mad, or he's mad, or she's mad. So we have to learn, as it says, how to stop taking things personally. And these 3 points that I bring up here, as it says, when other people do you wrong, you get upset, but you take it personally, even though they think that it's not something that you should get upset because they did not really attack you. It says you feel everything deeply. Sometimes a lot of us are sensitive to what other people says. It even go as far as saying some of us are hypersensitive. But when people say things about you or me or anybody in particular, according to what is said, it will take effect on you. And self-worth is something that we are talking about here, that sometimes some of us really have low self-esteem. And according to what somebody says, it can really damage you further than how you are. It can make you feel less of a person. It can make you feel like, okay, is there anything right that I can do? So we really have to be careful on both sides. What you say to someone, and then on the other side, how you feel about what somebody says to you or about you, because it is saying that we are too sensitive and we should not take things personally. Here is the next point. It says, it is easy for people to say, don't take it personally. It's not about you. Well, who is it about then? If you're saying it to me, then obviously it might be about me. But it says, don't take it personally, it is not about you. And while that statement is usually true, it is hard to keep in mind every time we encounter someone cranky. And we have a lot of cranky people in the world. So if sometimes the wind blows a bit hard and it ruffles their hair, they get upset. They say, wrong things. Or they say what's on their mind. Sometimes you are just an innocent bystander. You did not do anything to that person, but because of the way they feel at the moment, what comes out of their mouth might not be what you want to hear. But it says, don't take it personally. And that's something I have to learn myself, not to take everything someone says to me personally. Because sometimes maybe that's the way they can really express themselves. But how it comes across to us, it comes across in a negative light. So we take it personally. The phone number is 442-0175 if you want to make a contribution towards that. As I said, at 8 o'clock this morning, I will be having a guest. So we're going to walk through this when the guest comes. And after we finish, I'm going to go through the other points of it, because there are some really, really interesting points as to how we should not take things personally. It says, for the sensitive person, it can seem like only a robot could manage to be unaffected by others. And let's face it, the truth is, we are all emotionally connected, especially when it comes to our family and friends, so we can't just not care. That's a big statement. We are all sensitive people. And it says, maybe only a robot would not respond to something that someone says. And there are times that someone may say something, they did not say it to you, but the other person that he says it to, it affects you also, because you ask yourself, well, why would he or why would she say that to the person? Why? So, and sometimes the person are not able to respond, or they're shocked themselves as to what come their way, so they do not know how to act. But others may take it on themselves to address the person as to say, oh, you should not say that to her, or you should not say that to him. That is not nice. So as we talk about this, sensitive and sensitivity, I think all of us, there is something here for all of us to learn about how to not be too sensitive when things are said to us. It is a hard pill to swallow. Believe me when I tell you, it's a hard pill to swallow, but swallow we must. Because a lot of things could be avoided, a lot of animosity, a lot of back and forth could be avoided if we do not take things too personal. Then you have to ask again, what is personal for you or for me? I would like somebody to answer the question for me. How do you say when something is personal or not personal? As it says, don't take it personally. But if it affects me as a person, what you said to me, isn't that taking it? Can I take it personally or not? Can you take it personally or not? It says here, there are ways to better manage our sensitivity and avoid taking things so personally that they hurt us for days or get us thinking badly about ourselves. Let me read that again. However, there are ways to better manage our sensitivity and avoid taking things so personally that they hurt us for days or get us thinking badly about ourselves. and wonder what ways are there for that. And how should we not take it personally when it sort of hurts us, as it says, for days, not just one day or a few hours. It said it hurts us for days, or get us thinking badly about ourselves. For those of us who lack confidence, or who tell ourselves that we are not good enough, or who have low self-esteem, how does that sentence here affect you? How do you avoid being sensitive to something that someone says that hurts you? How? Here is one point. It says, know your inherent self-worth. And the paragraph says, if you know yourself and your worth as a person, you won't be so quick to take the judgments of others personally. I'll read that again. If you know yourself and your worth as a person, you won't be so quick to take the judgments of others personally. That's a good point. Sometimes most of us think that we know ourselves. But when something like that happens, we get to realize that, I do not know myself as I think I did, or I think I do. So we have to work on that also. It says, if you know yourself and your worth. So if you tell yourself that you're worthy, then it's saying that you should not let what other people say about you affect you in the way that it will hurt you for days, or get you to thinking that you are not worthy of, or even of living, or worthy of yourself. It says, take the time to get to know yourself apart from who others may say you are. I like this. Take time to get to know yourself apart from who others may say you are. Because people can look at you and say, oh, I know Claire. Oh, I know this person. Oh, I know that person. But do they really know you? Maybe they look at the traits you have, the ways of how you act around them, and they may say, I know her, and that's the way she is. But do you really know who I am? Because if I myself do not know really who I am, and I have to take time to know who I am, how can you say that you know me? It says, list 5 things about yourself that you're grateful for and call them to mind whenever you find yourself getting sensitive. Now, this is where we have to get our pen and our paper and list 5 things about yourself that you're grateful for, and call them to mind whenever you find yourself getting sensitive. So this is really something that you have to practice. Practice, practice. Because remember, when things are said about you or to you or behind your back that you take personally and you become sensitive towards it, you have to call back to your mind that 5 things that you're grateful for. So it's an exercise in consciousness, an exercise in discipline, an exercise in memory, that you have to remember, okay, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I am grateful. So you always have to put the things that you're grateful for in the forefront, so that when things like that happen, you recall it, and then you will be able to deal with it a bit more. Let me take a commercial break, and we shall be right back.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectation. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchen, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Sissons. Sissons. Express your style with Color by Sissons.
Introducing the Grenlec mobile app. You can now get your bill balance and easily track energy usage for your home or business. Report and receive alerts about power outages. Plus, stay up to date by receiving the latest notifications. Yes, the Grenlec app keeps you connected anytime, anywhere. The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
If you're looking to improve or maintain your health, look no further. We have a general practitioner right here on Main Street, Sautez in the Kweze. Dr. Guerrero, a gynecologist and surgeon who specializes in women's health. She offers lab tests, blood, pap smears, prostate cancer, and stool tests. Consultation for pregnant women from beginning to end. Surgeries, which includes hysterectomy, tying of tubes, vaginal shrinking, removal of uterine fibroids, and vaginal warts, hernias, C-section. She also specializes in diagnostic and therapeutic DNC, abnormal bleeding. They're in collaboration with Alice Labs, located in St. George, opposite the Excel Plaza. Dr. Santos, an oncologist who specializes in cancer treatment, a general practitioner, family doctor, will be joining Dr. Guerra in the not-too-distant future. Walk-ins are accepted. You can also call for an appointment at 423-3352. That number again, 423-3352. Put your health first.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. Wolves in sheep clothing, birds of prey waiting to swoop down on you, and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking, what you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. say we have to prepare.
Now, as I promised you this morning, I was going to have a guest. She is here already, so because she has an appointment that she has to take care of later on, so she came a bit earlier. So we're going to start our interview right now. So I am going to say good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. You?
Good, good, good. So today is our mental health program, and I normally talk to different people, and sometimes we have our thing ourselves where we talk about how mental health affects you. So you are a general practitioner. Can you
Yes, I
please
am.
tell us your name?
So my name is Dr. Julia Guerra, general practitioner and gynecology and obstetric specialist.
Okay. Where were you born?
I'm born in Cuba. I am from Cuba.
And what is your profession? What do you do besides?
So my profession is obstetric and gynecology, but before I formed like general practitioner.
Okay. And where have you worked before?
So before I started working in Cuba, and then I passed 3 years of my life in Seychelles Island, working in Indian Ocean, and after Haiti Republic, and then after 3 years, I came here for 3 years, and then I've been here for 7 years.
Wow. So everywhere that you went to the Indian Ocean, you said you went to Iceland. So you stayed 3 years in all of these places that you went to?
Yes.
Wow. And you came to Grenada for 3 years, but you're here now for 7 years.
Yes, I am.
Do you like it in Grenada?
I love Grenada. I love Grenada like home.
That's good to know. So you're thinking about going back anytime soon?
Yes, and I went back to Cuba for vacation, and then, my family come to see me here, so it's a nice life.
Okay. I think I saw your mom when she was here.
Yes, she came last August, and my son and my daughter came also for Christmas season, and they went back to Cuba in the end of January.
Okay, so do you think you can move them all over to Grenada because you love it so much?
I'm not sure, so I'm living for now here. I am good, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
Okay. So how many years have you been practicing as a MD and as a surgeon?
So I finished my career in 1991. So around 31 years like a general practitioner and 27 years like gynecology.
Okay. Did you say 31 years and 27 years?
Yes.
Wow. That's a lot of years.
A lot of years,
to be
yes.
practicing, yes. So I know your display board reads gynecological preventive cancer center. Talk to us about the services that you provide by your center.
Yes, so our center is dedicated to screening the gynecological cancer because it's the most common cancer in our woman population, So I trying together with my staff, we have a small staff right now, but we're trying to screening every patient to know in the first stage of cancer if they have some possibility to get surgery or other treatment, because the cervical cancer in the first stage is really we can do something for the patient, and the patient after get the medication or get the surgical treatment has to be living in good condition. Don't have to be worried about any cancer.
Okay. So what sort of side effects we would see if we are developing cervical cancer? What are the effects do we see?
So the cervical cancer have many stages. The cervical cancer in the first stage don't give any symptoms to the patient. That is important to do, it's important to do the screening in the first stage or every year to let the patient know how the abnormal cells or normal cell is in the patient cervix. If the patient have a normal cell, the patient has to do the pap smear test every year. It's like routine test, But if the patient have abnormality in the cervical cell, the patient has to start taking some action, to prevent in the end one cancer. Because to get cancer has to pass for many stages before get cancer. When the patient have cancer, really cancer, the patient have symptoms, and sometimes it's too late to get action with those patients.
So what are the symptoms that we look for?
So the most important symptom is pain during sexual intercourse, bleeding after sexual intercourse, also vaginal discharge, but this vaginal discharge is mixed with blood and smell. So if the patient have those symptoms, also lower abdominal pain. If the patient has those symptoms, has to go immediately to see the gynecology. Or if don't have gynecology close to the patient, has to go to see the patient doctors.
Okay. What age does a woman go through cervical cancer? Is there a special age, or can it be?
So there is a lot of cause of cervical cancer, but if the patient have condition to get the cancer, for example, many partners, doesn't matter the age, because the age is when the patient start to get relationship, sexual relationship. If the patient start early, have more probability to get cervical cancer, because in this time, the most important cause to get cervical cancer is the infection for HPV. So HPV, you have more possibility to get HPV infection if you have more partners. So doesn't matter the age, the most important thing is to be protected with condom if you have to get relationship, doesn't matter the age.
Oh, I see. So you're saying that HPV is connected to getting cervical cancer if you have a lot of partners?
Sure. You have more chance to get the infection if you have more partners.
Okay.
Even if you have only one partner, but your partner have many more partners,
Oh, wow.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So I could be okay, but if my partner is sleeping with a few more women than that, he can give me that virus with the HPV virus, and which can develop into cervical cancer.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. So we talk about the women. I know you do cervical cancer tests and everything. What other tests do you do at your clinic?
So in our clinic, we're working together with Alice Laboratory in Grandin. So we are doing all laboratory tests. The laboratory tests include blood, include stool, include urine, also include a swab. For example, vaginal swab to know if the patient have any vaginal infection, but that's what we can do also in the nose, in the throat, in the ear, or in any abnormal discharge that the patient have in the patient body.
Okay. So we are talking about the woman and cervical cancer. Can a pregnant woman, have cervical cancer or suffer from cervical cancer if she's pregnant?
Yes. Even if the patient is pregnant, can be infected for HPV, and then if you go to do one pap test, probably if she's infected, she can have cancer. So
And what does HPV mean for the public?
HPV, sorry?
What is the meaning of HPV?
It's human virus infection, you know.
Okay. And
papilloma
virus. Yes.
Infection.
So that's it. So and it's I know that there have vaccines or injections for younger people that are starting to have sexual intercourse at a young age. So they advise them to take that vaccine to help protect themselves.
Exactly. In young people, we recommend it to take the vaccine before start having sexual intercourse. So the vaccine got to protect you, but not really protect you in 100% because there is a lot of kind of HPV infection. So the vaccine just prevent for some, you know, no take 100%. But I'd advise to young people to get the vaccine because the vaccine is specific for the most important HPV infection.
And if you suffer from HPV, does that hamper your body in any way at all? Would it make you sterile? Would you be able to have children or not?
Yes, if you suffer HPV, you can be a normal life. Just you have to take care about you. You know, to get a test, for example, the pap smear test every year, because if you have infection, if you are infected, your infection is for your life. You never go back, and the infection is in your body. So what you can prevent the cancer to go to do the test every year.
So you say every year, every woman should have a pap smear test.
Exactly.
That's good. Now, I know you advertise about men and everything to prostate cancer. Talk to us about that.
Yes, also we are doing tumor markers. The tumor marker include breast cancer, include ovary cancer, include cervical cancer, include PSA, in this case for the men, yes, to looking for prostate cancer. But before that, we can do the physical examination. All patients men patients, you know, after 45 years old, have to do the prostate examination. So all depends how big or how large is the prostate to send the patient to do, for example, abdominal ultrasound or to do PSA. It's the tumor marker specific for the prostate cancer.
Now, it says after 45, that means the glands expand and so. How important it is for men to have that test after the age of 45?
It's very important because in the first stage, all cancer has to be has to get medication treatment. You know, has to take treatment, and the people have to be better after. Because if you have, for example, any cancer in the first stage, you can get surgery, for example, and then after you can live without cancer. But it's in the first stage. That is the important to go to the doctor early, just to know how your prostate is, how your breasts are, how your cervix is, you know. So in the first stage, all cancer have solution. After, no.
And for the men, what sort of symptoms do they have that tell them that something is wrong?
So for the men, for example, is lower abdominal pain. And the most important symptom is to go to the bathroom to urinate, no? More often than before.
Okay.
Also, the men can have the urine blocked because the enlarged prostate blocked the urine, the urine out, you know. So the men feel the urine retention like some ball in lower abdomen. Also, the patient got with those symptoms, and the patient complain, I can't pass urine, you know. So if the patient has those symptoms, I repeat again. So lower abdominal pain, have go to the bathroom more often than normal, or the urine is blocked, have to go to the doctor to know what is wrong.
Okay, so if a man has his prostate enlarged, does it have to turn into cancer?
No, because the prostate enlarged has two ways, you know. So you have to have the prostate enlarged, but your tumor is benign. So not necessarily is cancer, but sometimes you need the surgical treatment to relieve, you know, the symptoms and everything, but it's not cancer.
Okay, now here's a question between cervical cancer and prostate cancer. If you get, like you said, if you get treatment early, you can be saved. Now, is there a time limit for when you have the surgery that you might be cancer free on both sides?
So normally when we do the surgery, we send the organ. In the woman case is the uterus, and in the man is the prostate. We send to the pathology lab. You know, the pathology lab go to give you the final diagnostic to let you know if you are free of cancer, or you have or your cancer have extended to other side of the body, you know. So has to be the organ has to be in pathology lab to take the test, and then the test will go to give you the final report.
Okay. Now, I know there's a cost to these things. How much is it costing to do a test for cervical cancer?
For cervical cancer is $150 easy dollar.
$150 to
Yes.
do the pap smear test. And to do the PSA test?
The PSA test is around $90 easy dollar.
$90. So it is not, well, it could be expensive for every one of us, but for your own health, you should go get tested for cervical cancer or for the prostate cancer. Do the test for cervical cancer or the PSA for prostate cancer for the men?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, you're located in the Kwese in St. Patrick. Why did you choose that location to operate your business?
So I started to work in Grenada in General Hospital. After that, I decided to start working private. So St. Patrick Parish gives me the opportunity to start working like gynecology once a week. Because before I was working more time at Fee4 Life Clinic. So I remember 2 years ago when I came here, I started working together with Dr. Bauman. Dr. Bauman, everybody know Dr. Bauman. So Dr. Bauman was sad, but he passed away, everybody know. So when I saw the clinic alone without doctor, I say, oh my God, I seen the people in St. Patrick and around St. Patrick, because a lot of people coming from St. John, from St. Andrews to my office. So the people need doctors. So I would like to be here to know, because I love Soter, I love St. Patrick, that side of the island I love. So I decided to be here. So now I am really happy because I know a lot of people, I can help people. So I decided to be here.
That's good. And what your opening hours are?
Opening hour is from Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. So Saturday from 8:30 to 12:30.
Okay. I know you talk about women and you talk about men. Are they the only two humans that you look after in your clinic, or do you look after children also?
Children also, everybody, because you know I am general physician too. So if the children need, for example, some a specialist doctor, I refer the children to the pediatrician, because I am not a pediatrician. But for the first intention, the people can go there to get medication, because normally the children have, for example, flu is the most common illness that the children have. Some allergies, something minor, but when it's major thing, the children have to be referred to hospital or to a specialist.
How about when you have fibroids and you have to have a hysterectomy? You do that also?
Yes, because I am surgeon. So I do hysterectomy, I do tooth ligation, I do all vaginal surgery, I do breast lump, for example, so cessation, delivers, everything.
So you're all-rounder doctor.
Yeah.
Well, I know that a lot of people around hear about your center, and even people from, like you say, St. Andrews and St. John's, and so come to see you. So that means you're a real good doctor. I'm really happy that you're in St. Patrick's, because we really do need gynecologists as you are in this part of town. And I'm really happy that you came here to talk to me today about cervical cancer and prostate cancer in men. So before you leave, I want you again to stress to women and men how important it is to get tested for cervical cancer or for prostate cancer.
So it's very important, because when I say before, if you get the cancer in the first stage, you have solution and you will be free of cancer. If you go late, we don't have any possibility to give you life. So always I say to everybody, if you don't take care about you, nobody got to take care about you. So you have to love you first, that after love other. So if you love you, you have to be protected just to do a simple test. In case of the woman, Pap smear test or Papa Nicolau test. In case of the men, PSA test.
Thank you so much. Men and women out there, I hope you're listening to Dr. How do you pronounce your last name?
Guerra.
Guerra. Okay. To Dr. Guerra, because she is telling us, and I know a lot of us as men and women, we are afraid to go to the doctors to get the result of what we think we may have. But as she said, if you go early, the chances are high that you will be cancer-free from your cervix or from your prostate. So thank you so much for all the information. I will get you back next time to talk about something else, because we really do need to know what's going on in our body. Thank you so much again, Dr. Guerra.
Thank you to you to let me the opportunity to talk with people, and then to say the people that come to see me early, always early.
That's good. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices. Or call us 444-6757, Hope 440-6757, Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to Playway, and watch your money grow. Coming soon to authorized agents near you. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent, perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents Soft Flower, Ocean Breeze, and the new Aloe Vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Isla Spice Farmers Association is hosting its monthly Spice Farmers meeting at Higher Level Conference Room, Grenville, St. Andrew. Come and discuss prospects regarding the spice industry as we take you on a journey of spice. The meeting will be held at 5 p.m. Thursday, March 16.
Higher Level Conference Room, Grenville, St. Andrew.
See you there.
So we had Dr. I have to purr when I'm saying it because I say Gurra, but it's Gurra, Gurra. That's how it is, because you have to, when you speak in Spanish, you got to make your tongue roll to say those words. So that was her giving some very pertinent information as to us women with our cervix and men with their PSA gland. So remember, she said early detection and early testing can save your life. You do not have to go through your life with cancer if you get your test early or if they perform surgery at a very early stage in the process. Some of us wait way too long to go have tests done when we are not feeling okay. I remember growing up, you hear men say they have stopita water, and we want to know, what is stopita water? But this is what it is. When your prostate gland enlarges, it becomes so big that it blocks your urinary tract, and you cannot go to the bathroom. So, men, I'm speaking to you personally because a lot of you do not go to the doctors. You're afraid to go to the doctor, or you're too big of a man to go to the doctor. The symptoms are lower abdominal pain, when you cannot go to the bathroom to pee, or you go a little more often and then a little bit of pee and all that stuff. So if you are suffering from this, or you think that you may have some of those symptoms, find yourself to the doctor and find it fast, because chances are you might be borderlining late. Go get yourself tested. And the early part of the test is not bad, as based on what I heard. I've never had because I'm not a man. I heard the early part of it is not bad. It's when they have to go through the other part and they have to push whatever up and you get all this pain. But hear this. Sometimes the pain is worth it to know that you are free from the deadly disease of cancer. And women, we men. You heard she said that if you're having more than 1, 2, 3, as she says, many sexual partners, you are in a high stage of getting the human papillomavirus, the HPV, because it comes when you're sexually active with more than one partner. And something she said that was very interesting is this. If you're a woman and you have one partner, you have just one somebody in your life, but that somebody is out there like a gigolo or a Casanova, and they're having sex with so many different people, it can come home to you. I'm like, what? So you could be there in your house, innocent, minding your beeswax, and boom, here comes the HPV virus for you. And you're wondering, well, how did I get that? Start wondering some more and do some research. Because it is out there. It is out there. And that's why at a very early age, they're asking the younger women, the 17, 18, 19, just around the time when they're going to get sexually active, they're asking, they're begging and pleading. And sometimes I think they're making it mandatory for young girls to get that HPV virus because it can protect them from getting cervical cancer. And no one wants to go through that deadly disease. So, as she said, if you love yourself, you will do things for you. Because if you do not love yourself first, you cannot love anybody else. I thought I was the only one that used to say that, but now I have a partner in crime that you have to love yourself first. Love yourself to do what is right by you and for you before you can do it for someone else. The phone number is 442-0175. So, I'll get Dr. Greer to come back another time because she has a wide range of medical, Mr. Pierre, a lot of medical certificates behind her name. She loves it in St. Patrick's, yay for St. Patrick's. So, do not let her be here and do not take advantage of her services. To get a pap smear test is $150. EC, as she says. To get a PSA test done is $90. So yes, it sounds very expensive, but think about your health and you'll pay that $150 or that $90 to get yourself to know that you're okay and not have to worry about it, to get mentally strained and stressed from not going and get the test. So, as I was talking earlier, it is about our self-worth. And here it comes in there, self-worth. Because if you tell yourself that you're worthy of living, you will go do what is right for you and for your family. Because when you go through something like cancer, you might be going through that disease, but you are not the only one going through that disease. Your whole surrounding, your whole family is going through it because they will look at you and they see how much you're suffering, and everybody feels the pain of what you're going through. So think about that. Do not be selfish. Think about all of that and go get yourself tested for cervical cancer or for prostate cancer. It is for, I'm not giving only one, it is for both of us. Do the test. So we were talking about this morning earlier how to stop taking things personally. And what I'm saying, I hope you're not taking it personally because I think it is for the good in all of us. We all want to stay healthy. We all want to live a long, healthy, and happy life. So don't take what I'm saying to you personally. Take it as though, I care about you and I'm sending you to get tested so you can live that healthy, happy life. So I did read point 1 that says, know in your inherent worth, where it talks about list 5 things about yourself that you're grateful for, and then call them to mind when you find yourself getting sensitive. I write down my 5 already. Did you write down your 5? You can share. If you share, then I will, what my 5 is. The second point is know your emotional triggers. That word trigger, it comes a lot when you're talking about your mental health and how it affects you. Trigger. So a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And there are certain things that triggers in your body, in your mind, that make you go off. So here it's saying, all of us have emotional triggers from the past. Certain action people take may trigger us to become sensitive about particular things. For example, if your father was overly critical and you tried to be perfect to please him, someone pointing out that you made a mistake could trigger you to feel more sensitive than another person might under the same circumstances. So it says here, if somebody becomes critical of you, you're trying to please someone as it is, especially your father or your mother. Let's put both of them in. And you made a mistake. And somebody point out to you that you make that mistake. It can trigger off how, your father used to criticize you or your mother used to criticize you because you weren't doing things up to their standard. That, they said, can make you feel more sensitive than another person might feel under the same circumstance that you're going through. Some of them may just wash it like said, water under the bridge, and they just let it go. To you, it triggers something in you that makes you become very sensitive. It says, when you do get upset about a situation, ask yourself, am I really upset about the situation? Or is this one of my emotional triggers? That's a question that we can ask ourselves. Am I upset because of what somebody just said? Or is it something that triggers of something from my past that caused me to act the way that I am acting now? Point 3 says, practice authenticity. I cannot say that word. I have to say it slow. Authenticity. Practice that. He said, this is a practice of letting go of thinking that you need to be someone else and actually embracing who you are. It says again, this is the practice, that's authenticity, is a practice of letting go of thinking that you need to be someone else and actually embrace who you are. You must truly accept who and what you really are in order to be authentically you. Practice authenticity by doing what's best for you, putting yourself first, and really understanding what is good for you. They couldn't have said it better. You have to be you. You have to be yourself. Do not try to be who somebody wants you to be, or who you think that, or who they think that you need to be. Be you. Find yourself. Be authentic. If you are, then no one can really swing you to the left or swing you to the right. You cannot be a hummingbird going forward, backward, sideways in any way. Be you. Be who you are. People are going to accept you for who you are, because when you start dilly-dallying, you this person this 1 week, you this person next week, you this person, people start looking at you as you're a fake. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to be that. And you don't have to hide who you are. This is who you are. And if people cannot accept you for who you are, then too bad, so sad, call 1-800-TOUGH-LUCK. Because you cannot change who you are to fit into somebody else's mold. Be you. Be authentic. The other part says, make mistakes. As the saying goes, to become our best selves, we first have to be our worst selves. Allow yourself to make mistakes and understand that they are just part of the map leading you to the person you always wish you could be. When you do make a misstep, don't forget to forgive yourself. Again, when you make a mistake or a misstep, do not forget to forgive yourself. It is important to take responsibility for your actions, but don't punish yourself too much if someone disapproves of you. Accept that you aren't perfect and remember that there's no really such thing as mistakes if you learn from them. We have a call. Let me see what they...
Coffee in the morning.
Good morning, and how are you?
I'm on top of the world, Clay.
Looking down on creation,
Looking
as
down
usual.
on creation.
I did not hear you last week.
Yeah, what happened? I had a meeting on
Okay.
my work site.
Okay.
I needed to just read back that quote that you just quote there for me.
Make mistakes, is it? Or
Yes.
does it? Okay.
Yes.
It says, as the saying goes, to become our best selves, we first have to be our worst selves. Allow yourself to make mistakes and understand that they are just part of the map leading you to the person you always wish you could be. When you do make a misstep, do not forget to forgive yourself. It is important to take responsibility for your actions, but don't punish yourself too much if someone disapproves of you. Accept that you aren't perfect, and remember that there's really no such thing as mistakes if you learn from them.
Oh boy. And this is where basically I came in. And by reading this quotation, it brings me back when I was a teenager and the things that I did during that period of time. Basically, I was not proud of what I did. But at the same time, whenever I reflect on the past, and many times people say, do look back at the past. But whenever I reflect at the past, it allows me to know how far I came from. In terms of what I did that was not right. In terms of forgiving myself, as the quote says. And forgiving oneself is of paramount importance. When you forgive yourself, you learn to appreciate who you really are. And then you can be able to put yourself in a position to build yourself from the mistake that you made. And when I look at myself today, I'm very proud of who I am. In other words, there is no piece of gold on the face of the earth besides me. I'm the only piece of gold, 100% gold. And when I say that, I mean that I look at myself and I value myself to the high standard. One that learned from his mistake, one that learned from his past, put it all aside and press towards that man. There are times I go to the mirror. There are times I look at myself. There are times I smile. There are times I become sad. Why do I smile? To know the distance where I come from with the wrong that I has done. Why do I get sad sometimes? To know that most people do not have that willpower to overcome the things that they has done in the past. And as I close here, one thing I want to let the public know clear, and for those who are listening in the diaspora, never say you cannot do it. It's the mind. And I always believe in mind transformation, that you are responsible for bringing yourself from where you were in doing the thing that is wrong to where you are today. But our biggest challenges, people like me, and maybe like you, Clear Faces, is that they are people that are enemies of progress. They are people that hate your change. They are people that wish, hey, you should have remained in the gutter all the days of your life. They are people that know your past. And there are some people that will not encourage you by saying, hey, congratulations, I know where you were to where you are today. And there are times, yes, we take things personally. Because the reason why we take it personally, Claire and the listening audience, is the way that people will sit down and take pen, and take pencil, and put it into paper to come up with something to smear your character. And there are some people that are very good at that. Yes, you take it personality. The way in which you yourself is amazed at wondering what I'm hearing, is it that really true? But people are very good in fabricating things. But one thing I believe, I become so mature. When they go low, I go high. I become so mature, Claire, and the listening audience, that my aim is to continue striving, moving forward. And as the Apostle Paul said, forgetting the things that are behind, pressing towards the mark of the high calling which are in Christ Jesus. My final word is that when I look back to who I was, this man speaking to you here, and the people in my community listening to me, hey, there must be a God. And today when I look at my achievement in life, I said, one, praise God, from whom all blessing flows. And two, I am mature enough to say what people think about me is not my business. Claire, continue on the program. I really appreciate this mental health topic you're coming on. It's really helpful. God bless you. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
And install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finish kitchen.
Let me say good morning to Pearl Lewis, Veronica Edwards, Jacinta Livingstone, and Carl Belfon. Good morning. Thank you all for checking in on Real FM and checking in into the mental health program every Tuesday. As a matter of fact, every day you guys are there. Thank you all for the support. Okay, going back to what Pastor Lewis said, there's a lot of truth in the points that he made, in the sense that sometimes when we were younger, we do all kind of wrong things. People look at us as, well, we're no good or anything like that. And then you reach at a certain stage in your life where you decide, you know what, I had enough of this. I am going to bring myself up to a level that I feel comfortable living with. And as he says, some people are enemies of progress. They saw when you were down in the gutter. They're looking at you trying to work your way out of the gutter. And you finally made it. But they are not happy for you. They still criticize you and say, well, who do you think you are? Who we think he is? Who she think he is? She was this and she was that. Yes, we were these people, but we are no longer that person. Because we've made that change. The mistakes that we made earlier, we learned from them and we decided that we are not making them anymore. As it says, do not punish yourself too much if someone disapproves of you. People are always going to be disapproving of you. They will say whatever it is, whatever you do, it would not be pleasing everybody. Because not everybody wants to see you be the person that you're trying to be. But here is what it says. Accept that you aren't perfect. So if everyone else is perfect, fine. But you accept that you are not perfect. And if you learn from your mistake, then, hey, you're good. And that's what we always have to remember, that we all make mistakes. But it depends on what we do with it. Are we going to learn from it, or are we going to continue going down the rabbit hole, making mistakes and living our life that like we have no hope, or nothing good could come for us, or nothing good could come out of us? Don't do that. Point 5 says, set boundaries. It says, setting proper boundaries in your relationships will help you take things less personally. You put these boundaries in place by saying no to work, love, or activities that you don't want to do or that harm you emotionally. Doing too much to please others can lead you to feel overly sensitive when they do something that upsets you. So here they're talking about setting boundaries in a relationship and what boundary you should place on yourself. Because if you are in a relationship and everything the person or the other person says to you makes you upset, then they're going to say, oh, you're too sensitive. You always take things the wrong way. This is not what I mean. So, but sometimes you have to explain to me what you mean so that I wouldn't take it personally. But if you say, oh, this is not what I mean, you're taking it wrong. But tell me what is right and tell me what you mean. So then I would not get too hypersensitive, as it say, about what you said. It is like telling your child, no, don't do that. Or don't do this and don't do that. But you're not explaining to them why they shouldn't be doing it. Because if you keep saying no and no and no, one day they will turn and do yes, and you would not like the yes. But if you explain to them that you should not do this because this is going to happen to you, then they will know why you say no to them. Good morning.
Good morning, Claire. How are you?
I am good.
Yes, what I'm calling in regards to is if you just now and then you could give the number that you could reach the doctor, some information.
Okay.
So that would be very helpful to all our listeners.
Okay, will do.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, so if we continue saying no and no and no to things, and nobody knows what it is that you're saying, why you're telling me no, or you think that I'm taking it personally, then try to explain to me or to the persons around you what you mean when you say what you say, that I am taking personally, I am being sensitive. That is going to help the situation a whole lot. And it says, doing too much to please others can lead you to feel overly sensitive when they do something that upsets you. Now, there are a lot of us that are in relationship that we try to go the extra mile, or we go the extra mile to please the person that we have the relationship with. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, how is that working for you? Because as it says here, it may lead you to be overly sensitive when they do something that upsets you, because you tell yourself that you're doing everything right. So why would they do something to upset me? But it's because you're doing too much to make that relationship work so that you wouldn't get upset. Relationship is not a one-way stream that I put in all the work and you enjoy the benefits of my work. It is a two-way stream. It is a give and take. I cannot be doing things overly or too much and you doing it mediocre or halfway, and not even halfway, quarter way, and then do things and expect that I wouldn't get upset, or I do things and you wouldn't get upset. No. That's why it says to set boundaries. Know how much you're willing to give and how much you're willing to get and take, because you could only take as much as you give. And if you give all, then you expect to get back all. And if you're not, then things like that are going to upset you. The caller that wanted to know the doctor's number, Dr. Guerrero, her number is 423-3352. Again, her number is 423-3352. She's located at the Quasi in Surtees. So let's move on to point number 6. It just says, let it go. And we want to let go what? Because we seem to hold on, a lot of us hold on to things. We hold on to a lot of things. But it's asking us to let it go. It says, use a painful experience from your past to help you make you who you are. Pastor Lewis brought up a point about that just now. It says, people said, forget about your past. But I always say that some things in your past will help you into the future. Because if it's in your past, then you know that you do not want to go back there. So you use that to step forward, to use it as a stepping stone, to keep moving, to blaze your trail, to be a forerunner. You're not going back in your past, but you're using your past to take you to the future. So it says, use a painful experience from your past to help make you who you are. Use it to give you strength, empathy, and character. We all have something that hurts us. Don't let it define who you are. Instead, use it to get stronger and make yourself proud. Oh, I forgot to tell you earlier that I'll be going on until 9 today because we're bringing the Parliament session today at 9. So our session is going to cut at 9. And so from next week, we'll be back to 10. Just want to let you know. So yes, it says, use the empathy, the strength, and the character to make you stronger and make yourself proud. Who doesn't want to feel proud about themselves? There are two different kinds of proud. You're proud because you want to look down on people, you want to be condescending, you want to, this make people feel small or make them feel bad, and proud because you've made it. You did something that you didn't think you could do. You achieved something that you think you couldn't achieve. So you ought to feel proud of yourself. And that is the good pride. Be proud of who you are. If you gain strength from what happened to you in your past, so be it. Kudos to you. Show empathy because you are not the only one that been through the tough times, so you could empathize with someone else. And character. You always had to talk about building character, building it. So we have to use blocks. We have to use cement. We have to use stones. We have to use rocks. We have to use water. This, like you're building a home or something. Build your character that way. Use your building block to make you stronger and make yourself proud. As it says, we all have something that hurt us. Who on this planet that did not get hurt by something or someone? Who of us? But do we hold on to it and let it cripple us, make us not leave the house to go anywhere else? Make us always think that if we step out, something bad is going to happen to us or somebody's going to hurt us? No. It says, let it go. It is not easy to do that, but we have to try because as it says, our topic today is do not take things too personal. So let it go. Point 7 says, know that kindness isn't a path to acceptance. Let me read that again. Know that kindness isn't a path to acceptance. It says we tend to expect that if we are nice and kind to everyone, giving all of ourselves to them, we should be treated the same way back. But being kind to others doesn't always buy their acceptance and approval. we better serve ourselves. We better serve others and ourselves if we do things because we want to, not because we expect something in return. That is so true, because there are a lot of us out there that do things or give someone something because we expect something back. This is the wrong way to go about it or to look at it. We're not looking for, every time you give something, you're looking for reciprocation. Oh, I did that for Claire, so Claire has to do that back for me when I ask, or in return she has to give me that thing back. Or I did that for him, he has to do something back for me. You don't give things and put them in a box. So I did that for Claire, one go in the box. I did that for this, one go in that box. So that is two things, and you keep piling them up in the box. So when you make your call and say, you know, Claire, I gave you this, I want that, you give it to me. I did that for you, no, it's your time to give back. No. As it says, being kind to people does not always mean that you get their acceptance and approval. Be kind because this is who you are and this is who you want to be, not because you expect something in return. You know, you see some people and it says, oh, that person is a kind person. Or he's very kind or she's very kind. And yes, they know what they're talking about, because that person, when they do something for you or they give something to you, they give it with their all. They're not expecting anything in return. This is the kindness that they are talking about. This is the kindness that we're supposed to show. This is how we're supposed to be kind. Not expecting something because you did something or you gave something. And I'm telling you, if someone gives me something and expects something back in return, then by all means, keep it. Because I'm not going to be putting myself under any stress at all to say, oh, this person gave me that, and I know that I have to find something else to give them back because they gave me this. In that case, keep your stuff. Because if I was doing it out it for the longest time before you gave it to me, I'll continue doing that. I don't want the mental stress of having to think that I have to find something to give to you or find something to say back to you because you were kind to me. Give me your kindness from your heart with your 100% approval, with no refund or return. Number 8 says, be logical. This is something that we all have to put into practice, logics. Be logical about things. It says, when something upsets you or make you feel uncomfortable, it is helpful to take a look at the situation from a more logical perspective. Did the situation call for the reaction you had? Or are you losing it unnecessarily? Is the other person really doing something wrong? Or are you taking the situation too personally? If someone is truly being hurtful, can you ask for what you need or work on letting it go? Again, if someone is truly being hurtful, can you ask for what you need or work on letting it go? My thing is, if you're going to be around somebody that is always hurtful, always saying hurtful things to you, then it's time to mosey on. Because I cannot see someone hurting you constantly and you continue to stay around so that you can be hurt a little more every day. You are not made of steel. You're not a robot. You have a heart. Blood flows through your vein like everybody else. So why would you continue to stay around someone that is hurting you constantly? And then they might say, oh, you're taking it too personal. How am I taking it personal when you continue doing that to me? So in that case, you move away, you move on, and you let it go. Let it go. If you don't consciously acknowledge the unmet need triggering your emotional reactions, you will feel imprisoned by your own emotions. On the other hand, if you honestly take a look at yourself and see the expectations you cling to, you can begin to view life more objectively. You will free yourself up to choose your responses to people in the future. Start taking more responsibility for yourself and remain emotionally neutral. Now, that last part of this sentence says, and remain emotionally neutral, that could backfire just the same way too, because somebody might be saying something to you and you just stay neutral. And it's like, well, I'm saying this to you, you're not answering, you're not showing no emotions. What it is that you can do. I think we have a call. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I
Great
am good.
program.
Thank you, thank you.
Just wanted to comment on being logical.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that we can do in order not to take things personal is to ask for clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes there is just like misunderstanding and we are assuming that someone might mean something when actually they don't. So just taking some time off, asking them to repeat themselves, it might give us a different viewpoint, and then it would avoid whatever they said or whatever they did personally. I find that just letting time pass, don't reacting as soon as something happens, and letting time pass, thinking about it, and then revisiting the situation helps a lot in that the next day you might say, oh, they actually didn't mean this, or I took it the wrong way, and that will help a long way. So just wanted to say my 2 cents before you finish your program today.
Thank you, thank you. And thank you for always listening and contributing.
Okay, then have a good day.
You too, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
So what the caller is saying is give ourselves the 24-hour window. Think about it before we react. Because if we react the same time, we may say things that we do not really mean, and that could be detrimental to any relationship at all that you have. The last paragraph says, sometimes our emotions call for us to be as sophisticated and educated as our logical brain. It's of great importance, therefore, to explore where your feelings are coming from, how you can respond to them, and how you can allow the situation to challenge and inspire you at the same time. When you educate yourself about your reactions, you can turn them into reasonable responses in the future. And that is quite true. If we educate ourselves on a lot of things that we hear or what we say or what we think, a lot of this stuff about taking things personally could be avoided. Remember to give yourself the 24-hour window before you react to what is being said or what we presume is being said or what we assume is being said to us. Take time to think before we act, because sometimes the action is more detrimental than what we heard, because we're going to react, we're going to say wrong things, we might do wrong things, and then at the end of it all, it was not worth the fight. It was not worth the cause. So always remember to love yourself first, and then you will find room to love everyone else. And as it says before, there's a thin line between sanity and insanity. With you being mentally able and mentally disabled. So always remember to think positive. Think that you can do whatever it is that you want to do and not that you have to do because someone else is asking you to do it. Be yourself. Be authentic. Be logical. Let go of the past and move forward with your life It is going to be better for you. You're going to be more healthy and everything else. It is 9 o'clock. It is time for news. Goodbye. Thank you for sharing mental health with us, and we'll see you next week, God's will.
This is the latest news update as produced by the Northern News Network. Details when we get back.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop